Hi, it's Brad, and welcome back to my channel. I'm focused on providing education, more hands-on tools and hands-on engineering skills, and my forte is wood bending and tool making. So I make small hand tools, show you how to make them, introduce that into education so we can get tools in the hands of young people and they can start learning the what I call eye, hand, and brain um, skills needed for all sorts of things. If you're a doctor, you still got to have a house and repair it from time to time. So this is our turntable where I've got some hammers that I've made set up. So this is one we do at the craft fair. We get the used corks from a winery, and then we drill a hole with a little hand drill that we've made that's not in reach, and then we screw and glue that cork to the paint stir stick. We add some sandpaper, and then we add some ruler tape. So imagine education where they make their own rulers. So would provide the paint stir stick or any kind of a stick, and then they can put their own ruler tape on it. And by doing that, we've circumnavigated, no pun intended, material coming from China, and or we've circumnavigated the ruler manufacturer by showing kids how to make it themselves. And that's the whole point of what I do. I believe we can make a whole lot more here in the US than we are. So here's a little different hammer. This is one of those clothespins. And then the bolt is screwed on there, making grooves in the clothespin. And that adds a little bit of weight to it. Got the measuring and the sandpaper to it. So as we come around the circle, we get more creative. So what this does is it creates a eye-hand coordination for the kids. These kind of motions are the same motion you're going to use with a real hammer. Go back here. When I called this a hammer, most kids didn't care. But when I call it a bug hammer, then the kids get excited. They get to be squishing bugs. So then we supersize the hammers. This is a bolt for threaded rod. So then I realized we have these chair leg stops, and then I can glue those in. Today we're going to show you how to make a little bit more sophisticated one. This one is piping, and you can take off the end, put some more weight in there, and then screw that back on. So the same theme about bending the craft sticks we use for other things. This is an extended handle for a flashlight. And then a big supersized rock mallet, destruction hammer. So we want to start off by, first of all, you're going to have some kind of a rock or some kind of an item to bend around what the hammer would be. In this case, we've got a rock, and I put one of those chair legs. I heated this up just with just a hair dryer, and then I forced it on the rock. But I'm going to epoxy that when I epoxy the handle on the rock. Oops, tilt. So you want to start by soaking your wood. These are just extra large craft sticks. You notice how dark this one is? That's part of the heartwood. You notice the big thick grain here. And then you can hardly see the grain. The grain is going long direction. And then this one here is grain that might not work as well because it's kind of going short grain. So when you look at your wood to bend, of these three, I'm recommending put this one on the outside, and that will hold the other ones intact. So you dry them off. That will help the drying process. The heartwood darker craft sticks don't bend as well because they don't have that fiber as much as the others. So like I said, you put the good grain on the outside. I'll go 1, 2, 3. So we're going to bend them around the rock. In this particular case, I took a large paint stick, and that's going to be the handle. But I took some shims, and I bent the shims inside and around the rock. So that puts a thin bend up here, and then as you get down the handle where you need thicker support, it comes down the handle, and then all these will be glued and epoxied to the rock. So here is your hammerhead. And I did not measure ahead of time, but I like to measure the center. So at this point, we're just going to eyeball, or a guy could grab it like that. That's about 4.5 and 4.5. You can clamp it down. Actually, I'm gonna not clamp it here. Okay, so in the bending, a lot of pressure right here, and a lot of pressure to that point right there, and just bend that wood into submission. From here, you want to put your clamps on. Now you can relax a little bit. Put your clamps on. So when this dries, then you'll be able to put the support handle sticks in the center, glue it to the rock, glue it to the other sticks. If you wanted to beef up this handle, you certainly can with other sticks. So this is a little bit more advanced, a little tougher to bend the thicker wood, but you can start the kids by bending popsicle sticks and craft sticks to make all sorts of different things. Then they'll start to get the idea. They'll start to understand how much force they do and don't have, what they do and don't need to make the bends. So that's all part of this eye, hand, and brain coordination. Their brain has never been told to bend 3 pieces of craft sticks around a rock. So we introduced these concepts to the kids, and now they understand how much force is needed, which is all part of the STEM theme: science, technology, engineering, art, and math. I threw the A in there for art. But much to show you, and I'll get around to maybe more of the simple hammers at a different video. And I'll show you the end result of this one. Thanks.